So as you saw from the thumbnail and the before and after pictures, I was able to replace my upper control arms. These are the, I don't know how you pronounce it, Deeks or Deekies. It's D-E-K-E. D-E-E-K-E. And you can see how they level out the suspension way more than the stock suspension. I can put up a picture. They were hanging so low that they were actually touching the strut right there, which you can see that rusted part right there. They were actually touching. So I'll show you the other side, and there is the name of the brand right there, D-E-E-K-E. They are about $150 on Amazon, whereas the JBAs are just a little out of my price range. I think they were $475 for the set. Now, they are incredible. I've heard they're incredible. I can't really say if they are or not, but these ones were a third of the price for a budget Jeep. I went ahead and got these. So as you can see, the ball joint is replaceable. I do still need to grease all of the joints. Need to get some better bump stops there, but I just have to apologize for not being able to film all of the process. So the reason I didn't is because the driver's side I heard was the worst, or the hardest to install. So I went ahead and did the driver's side first, and so I got everything apart, and I actually had to widen the holes. That's where you put the upper control arm, the front part of it, and then the back goes, it's actually under there. If you can see, it's under that steering knuckle right there. And so it was very difficult for me to do it on my own, so I actually had to ask for help. But if you can see right there, I had to widen those holes there, and then there's such a small space for the OEM bolt to fit through both the upper control arm and the hole, because they don't want a lot of play, right? So it's a very small space to be able to get those bolts into. Had to take the brake line off to be able to fit the bolt through the hole. But it was a process, and so that's why I didn't film, is because there was a couple of us here. We were trying to do this. It was kind of a pain. The two front took the most amount of time, and it was about a 30-minute process. Now the back two on both sides were easier, and don't know why, but there's the back one on the passenger side. The front one is underneath. If you take the airbox out, it's very easy to get to. It's actually right there. You don't even need to take the airbox out, but I did. Made it easier to get to the back one and the front. But this is the much easier. The passenger side is a much easier side to do. But the front side, the front two bolts were very difficult. So because I didn't get any filming of installing the upper control arms, this is going to be a bit of a shorter video and an update video. But here's the stance after installing the two upper control arms. It helped quite a bit. You can still see that the top of the tires are going in. I can't remember if they call that toe or whatever they call it, but yeah, the tops of the tires are slanting inward. So whatever you call that, that's what they're doing. I assume that now that I have those upper control arms, I can get an alignment, and it will help a ton with that. So that's what I'm going to do. That is one of my next steps. So being that this is going to be an update video, I just wanted to give an update on the state of the Jeep. It does start, it runs and starts, so yeah, runs and starts just fine. She's running real strong. There probably is some maintenance things I need to do there's some little touch-ups here and there, but one thing I need to do is, it's a mess inside because I was doing all that work and I just shoved things in the back, so I need to clean this out. I do want to detail it. I know it's a beater vehicle, but I am an auto detailer, and just because it's a beater doesn't mean that all the plastics need to be dirty. You know, they can be protected, so I will do that. You can see the state of, you know, the dog's been up here. It's just kind of a mess, just dusty, dirty, kind of a mess. But the inside is put back together, so that's not a concern. I have that all put back together. It's basically where I want it. So other than that, I really want to focus on getting a bumper.
I'm going to do a voiceover for this part because I didn't realize that the engine was so loud through the microphone. Even though I was using a microphone this whole time, the engine was too loud for this clip. So all I was saying is that I wanted the next projects to be the bumper, get the grill on, and then work on a few other things. But I was mentioning a Wrangler bumper that I've seen people fit onto Liberties, and then put the stock grill back on and connect all the OEM lights, and then replace the headlights with Wrangler lights and make them look really good.
You know, eventually get a light bar, get a roof rack, just, you know, continue working on the rust, because I know I still have some rust issues underneath. And muffler, eventually, I know that has a hole in it, you can hear it. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much good to go. Just driving. It doesn't drive great because it needs an alignment, but it is driving, running, driving. And that's about it for now. So as soon as I get to my next project, I will put out a video on that. But until then, thanks for checking out the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.